You can pass milliseconds as parameter in JavaScript date objects to compare two dates. Let's say instead of passing my birthday here, if I pass 0 and then try to print that date, it's going to print December 31st, 1969. The reason it's printing this date is because at 0th millisecond, this is what JavaScript considers as the date. Now, if I add milliseconds in it, let's say if I add some number in it, and then click on submit, it's going to print this date. That's because that's how many milliseconds have passed since 1969 to get to this date. Now I can use this to calculate age of a person. Let's say if I want to calculate my age, then I can calculate how many milliseconds were at my birthday and deduct those from the current time and milliseconds which have been passed, and then use those milliseconds to find the age and deduct that from 1970 to get the age. Let's try to do that. For that, I'm gonna first calculate the age difference in millisecond. For that, I'm gonna create a variable called as age difference in milliseconds. And then I'm gonna get the milliseconds at current time. And then I'm gonna deduct milliseconds which were at my birthday. So I'm gonna say my birthday dot get time. If I hover over this method, it returns the time value in milliseconds. And this age difference is a number, it's not a date anymore. But I can pass this in a new date object to get the date object. For that, I'm going to say let age date is going to be new date, and I can pass the age difference in milliseconds here. Now I have the age, now I have the date, and I can deduct 1970 from it because that's where the time starts. If I deduct 1970 from it, then I'll get the age difference. For that, I'm gonna say age date dot get full year, and then deduct 1970 from it to get my age. Now, if I refresh the page, click on submit, it's going to print my age on the screen here. So this is how you can calculate age of a person. It's a little tricky, but if you practice, then you can work with milliseconds and compare two dates. In the next section, I'm going to talk about math objects.